I will say this. I'm happy to see you, Shay. Happy to be here with you. But where the hell are my boys? What the hell is going on? Swagoo, what damn warm weathered city are you in? You were supposed to be in here, big sexy Mr. Shaft. What the hell is going on? Where you at? And Doggy, oh, what a disgrace. Is that a Florida background that you're in? As much as you talk junk about everybody else, your hair is even combed, for crying out loud. I cannot believe what is going on today. You guys are going and I'm freezing my ass off in New York City. But I love y'all anyway. It's a doggy-dog world. It is Wednesday after all. First Takes in the house with my man Swagoo as well. Holla.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Take. Yeah, Doggy's here, but he's in Florida. Swagoo in Dallas, and SA is freezing here with me, but with a haircut, I see.
Yeah. I got a little haircut, you know what I'm saying? My barber took care of me. My man Marlon did his thing. I love you, Marlon. My man Marlon been cutting my hair since I was in my 20s. He took care of me and stuff like that.
He comes back to get fresh here in New York.
That's right.
How's everyone doing? Good?
They're fine.
Have everyone brought down the temperature after the news yesterday we're about to get into?
What's up?
We're feeling good? We're feeling
Here we
good?
go. Let's roll.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the news broke that Bill Belichick, who has 8 rings, is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. In his first year of eligibility, Belichick did not receive the required 40 out of 50 votes to make it in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 4 sources with firsthand knowledge of the outcome told ESPN. Here is an excerpt from the article on ESPN.com. Multiple sources told ESPN that Spygate and Deflategate, the twin cheating scandals during the Patriots championship run, came up in deliberations among voters. A voter who spoke on the condition of anonymity said that Polian, an ardent Kraft supporter and former general manager of the Buffalo Bills and Indianapolis Colts, chief Patriots rival during their dynasty, told some voters he believed Belichick should, quote, wait a year before induction as penance for Spygate. So here's Seth Wickersham on the process of the selections.
I think that part of it is procedural. You can, in that particular line of voting, you can vote for up to 3 candidates. So I think that there are some voters who voted for other people thinking that Bill would get in. There's some people who maybe put Belichick lower on their list. And then I think there are people who are still frustrated, feeling like that teams around the NFL were cheated out of wins because of the Spygate controversy.
Okay, so then we needed more explanation. In an interview with ESPN on Tuesday night, Polian added that he could not remember with 100% certainty if he voted for Belichick, saying he was 95% sure he voted for the coach and a player, most likely Elsie Greenwood. Quote, I was shocked to learn Bill did not get in, Polian said. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. End quote. Okay. So now we've had time to process just how ridiculous this is, but yet we need to articulate it further. So, Stephen A., your reaction?
Couple of things. Number one, I want to respect my elders, Mr. Bill Polian. Sit down. Just don't say anything. You don't 100% recall whether you voted for him or not, but you recall everything else you said and what you didn't say. But you didn't recall whether you voted for the man. So you remember everything surrounding the subject, but you don't remember whether or not you actually voted for him 100%. That's the most asinine thing that I've heard in quite some time. Sit down. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I'm not going to be disrespectful to my elders, okay? My mama was watching me from above. I'm trying to be nice, but this is ridiculous, okay? Now let me say this to everybody about the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We should boycott that bad boy. Nobody should show up. Nobody should want to go into that Hall of Fame if Bill Belichick ain't in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. 6 championships as a head coach, 8 overall, 2 as a defensive coordinator, universally recognized as arguably the greatest coach in the history of football. And if you don't definitively feel that way, it clearly is a discussion. There is no reason on earth that Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I know T.O. got robbed as a wide receiver. That shouldn't have happened, by the way, okay? What are you going to do next? If it's going to be because of Spygate, if it's going to be because of Deflategate, are you going to use that excuse to keep Tom Brady out as a first ballot Hall of Famer next? I'm telling you right now, there are certain things that are so egregious, it stinks to the high heavens that you could do something like this to this man. I don't give a damn that he was a bit truculent with the media. I don't care that he wasn't the most inviting person in the world. His credentials are his credentials. In this country, in the world, your resume is supposed to matter. He did it on an elite level. And oh, by the way, remember the whole Spygate thing that was going on? Wasn't it immediately after that they went undefeated for the regular season? Losing to the New York Giants. Didn't they go like 17-0 before losing in the Super Bowl? Basically to show the world, oh, y'all think we cheated? We cheat now while we're busting your living ass every week rather? That's what they were doing until they ran into the New York Giants and they were sacking or they were pressuring the hell out of Tom Brady. This is a disgraceful decision. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think anybody should want to be in a Hall of Fame because what kind of Hall of Fame do you have if you can find a justification to omitting and keeping out the greatest coach arguably in the history of the sport, who is an 8-time champion? He has to use both hands to put the championship rings on his fingers. That's the guy you keep out of the Hall of Fame as a first ballot. It's a disgrace, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Nobody should want to show up to the Hall of Fame if Bill Belichick can't be in there as a first ballot.
Doggy?
100% right. Stephen hit it right on the head. And Van Natta and Wickersham did a wonderful job with this. My overall theme is really following. Who made Bill Polian the conscience of the NFL Hall of Fame? Bill Polian? I mean, nonsense. He's been a Kraft supporter forever. He loves Kraft, and he doesn't like Belichick because obviously Spygate happened against, and Deflategate, a lot of it happened against the Colts when he ran. Polian was there forever. He won one Super Bowl in 50 years. His team got destroyed year after year when he was in Buffalo. He had Manning forever, and he won one time. And Bill Polian, now he's going to tell Van Natta last night, well, I don't remember who I voted for? Well, it's 2 weeks ago. What do you mean you don't remember who you voted for? Polian's a fraud with this whole situation, and Steve hit it right on the bet. What they did is they made the Hall of Fame about not who got in, but who didn't get in. So for the next, whatever it might be, January, we make the announcement. Next July, everybody's just going to talk about where's Belichick. How is Bill Belichick not in the Hall of Fame? And the voters who have no guts whatsoever. This is not nuclear physics or some major project with the United States. Put your name to it. If you didn't vote for Belichick, put your name to it. Show us why. Explain why we didn't vote for Belichick for this, that, and the other. Put your name to it. Show some guts. Don't hide behind, well, this is secret. No, it's not. It's a sports. It's not secret. And furthermore, think about this for a second. You think that Belichick, Kraft, who thinks he's going to get in this year after he did 14 years of campaigning with Stacey James, which drove everybody crazy. Do you think that Kraft wants to celebrate in July with Belichick? And Kraft and Polian are tied as thick as thieves, the both of them. Thick as thieves. Belichick, Kraft don't want to celebrate with Belichick. They hate each other. So that had something to do with it, too. Oh, the whole thing, I can't even echo. Steve did a better job than I ever could. What a disgrace that Belichick's not in the Hall of Fame. It's as simple as that. It really is.
I love it, Mad Dog. I love it. Politics. That's what it is. We got a lot of politics going on in a bad way in this country right now. It waters down the Hall of Fame. Is what it does. And I agree with both of your sentiments, but what it does to this body, what it does to the reverence in which we hold the Hall of Fame for the National Football League, it waters it down. Because the second winningest coach of all time with that amount of resume, that amount of championships in a head coaching role and an assistant role is not going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. So the question in the future is, so who is? If you don't have Bill Belichick as a first ballot Hall of Fame. The other thing is this. You can't tell the NFL story without Bill Belichick. Those are reserved for first ballot Hall of Famers. I remember years ago, Stephen A. and Mad Dog, you're going to remember this, maybe a few years ago, when Deion Sanders had a question about dudes getting in that he didn't think should be in the Hall of Fame, and talked about how the Hall of Fame was becoming one